What's going on, everyone? Jeremy from the Quarter. We've got a lot of news today. I'm going to be releasing this video a little earlier than normal so that I can leave a fourth spot. So we might go quad today. Now, over the weekend, Twitter was abuzz over Polygon potentially leaking a new Rockstar game. But there's more to the story, which has been updated late on Sunday night. So I guess I lucked out in letting the story develop a little bit, and we're going to go through things as they happened. So initially, there was an article released by Polygon where the URL of said article is as follows. Polygon.com/blah, blah, 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 blah. Bully sequel announced fall 2020. News embargo do not publish. So everyone saw this and was like, oops, Polygon made an oopsie. Rockstar Intel. Polygon might have just leaked Bully 2. Video game news site Polygon may have just leaked Bully 2. Either that or this is the most evil troll of all time. But just a quick update on the fundraising for exclusivelygames.com, which is not going to try and trick you for clicks. We are 100% nonprofit, funded by the community, ad-free, politics-free, gaming for all website, a forum with thousands of users, a Discord with thousands of users, new news articles every single day, new op-eds and editorials every single day, and we are 100% funded by selling t-shirts, which we are now in our final 2 weeks of funding. I'm hoping that we can hit 600 backers today. That's 105 more just to keep pace. And by next year, by the way, just so people who are asking, by next year, I do have a plan to grow the YouTube channel here so we aren't as dependent on fundraising to keep going. But the site is doing well. It's increasing in traffic every single month. And I really hope we can really take off this Christmas season. Thank you for all your support. Let's get back to the article. Link in the description below. In a news article from the site, which reports Grand Theft Auto 5's Bully Easter egg, one of the URLs for the article ends with news embargo do not publish. The article has nothing to do with any embargo news, but the slug of the URL claims Bully 2 is coming out fall of 2020, and the embargoes are going out, then the announcement must be soon. Personally, we hope that this isn't the most elaborate troll of all time, and that Polygon have actually leaked the announcement. The game does exist, and the next game from Rockstar Games. But now we may have our first look at the release window for Bully's sequel. As writing, the URL remains the same. Now, when I saw this come out initially, I thought this seemed a little close, given that Rockstar is obviously still supporting Grand Theft Auto 5. They just released, Red Dead Redemption not that long ago, Red Dead Redemption 2, and they're obviously working on the PC version of Red Dead Redemption 2 as well. So to have a brand new game in the pipeline this soon seems extraordinarily unlikely. So some articles were covering that. Some articles were just covering the fact that there are so many Easter eggs in Rockstar Games for Bully that, this is possible. Bully 2 news. Rockstar can't stop teasing a new game in GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. We've been talking about Bully a lot lately. Just a few weeks back, information surfaced that suggested Rockstar ended a game that was in development back in the Xbox 360 PS3 days. YouTuber SWE and Reddit user FIKA122 seemed to have unearthed some information that suggested Bully 2 at one point was a reality. Rockstar seemingly scrapped the game, and you can read all about it in our dedicated Game Leak page. Now, almost as if the timing was intentional, GTA Online players have discovered an Easter egg in an old Rockstar franchise in the newest update to GTA 5 in the multiplayer map. One of the pieces of art available to purchase to decorate your penthouse is called Canis Canem Edit, the EU name for the game Bully. The artwork you can buy in the game shows a coat of arms from Bulworth Academy, the school setting and cult sandbox game. You can effectively put the artwork for the game on your wall, which is a nice nod to Rockstar's past. The GTA fan community is frothing at the bit, suggesting it could be a hint for a new Bully game in the works. It isn't the first time Rockstar has acknowledged the series lately either. Back in Red Dead Redemption 2, there was a revolver that had the words Canis Canem Edit, engraved on both sides of the barrel. Another Rockstar hint at the game. Now, obviously, you know, I think this game, obviously, you know, it has a cult following. It is one of the early games in Rockstar's history. A lot of people hold it in high regard. But these could just be references to their old games. You know, Rockstar doesn't have a huge catalog of games to reference. So, I mean, it's either going to reference earlier GTA games in GTA, which they do, Red Dead Redemption, or Bully, you know. So there's some question to that. We also saw the game launch on mobile back in 2016 too. The fact that Rockstar has put these references in the game could be a hint that the company is working on another game. It's keen for players not to forget about the plucky little IP, and that's something related to the game could be coming in the future. We can hope, right? The latest we've heard the latest we heard in what could be the new entry in the games from 2018, when news emerged in October 2018 that Rockstar Games had already started casting calls for Bully 2. A series of new casting calls has put out requests for an unannounced video game title, which leading UK developer Shooting at Pinewood Studios. The calls ask for teen and young roles with placeholder names given to characters. No spoilers there. There's little detail about the project given, but it does say that things like profanity will be used with the younger performer. The project itself is a thriller drama, and all scenes with the young performer will be handled with sensitivity. Other calls mention older characters, such as, quote, college professors, and the whole project is being organized by casting director Jessica Jeffries. You can read more about that in a different link. So there's obviously been a lot of news. However, Polygon reached peak games journalism when it said this morning, "We put a joke URL in this story. A mea culpa, folks. Thought it was real. Mea culpa. Folks thought it was real. For the record, it was a joke. A bad one. And the writer behind it is feeling very regretful." We look at the actual statement from the writer. Sounds like somebody is trying to fall on their sword a little bit. They ended up putting out a statement saying that they made the joke. They were the only one behind the joke. And basically, I acted alone. So the writer puts out at late Sunday night, Polygon has since admitted it was a joke and updated its article saying, "Our original joke URL for this post has been changed. Sorry if it got your hopes up." The article's author, Owen S. Good, commented further on his choice for the URL, stating, "Well, I am dining on one tasty plate of crow right now. That was a joke / troll URL. Yes, it was dumb. It was a dumb idea. I was the only one involved in its creation, i.e. no one else here laughed and said, go for it. We're changing it. Oh, I regret this. Not worth it. Won't do it again." You know what's interesting about that, though, is that if they really felt bad about it, why haven't they changed it? When I click this link, it still goes to that. The next day, it's still in the URL. And in fact, why is Polygon still promoting the article? Why is Polygon still... It's like, I get it. I mean, I'm going to be totally honest here. I get how maybe he thought it would be funny to put like an Easter egg in the article, but he didn't really think about it that much, and he didn't think people look at the URL, or it was just a very bad joke. But ultimately, this looks like a really bad attempt at clickbait, a really bad attempt to capitalize on the Rockstar community, capitalize on gamers who are always looking for types of leaks and stuff like that. But, you know, ultimately, it kind of comes out as pretty desperate for Polygon if it isn't a joke, meaning they knew it was fake, and they did it anyway to bait people into discussions. And you might be asking, you might be saying to yourself, well, Jeremy, aren't you just rewarding them by covering it now? And I think you have a fair point. However, ultimately, I think it's better to cover these things so that people don't take them seriously as video games journalists. When you have this website, you know, these type of jokes are allowed a couple times a year. I think in particular, April Fool's Day would be a good time to make this joke because people would get it. You know, people would easily be able to debunk it. Anybody that was fooled by the joke, you know, they should have known better type of thing. But right around when that community is desperate for leaks and interesting, you know, and you're writing an article about, well, an article that is significantly more ads than text, you know, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. And it looks worse when you're still tweeting it out the next day. But that's, of course, peak games journalism today. This isn't even close to the worst video game journalism article I have to cover for you today. So let's laugh together at Polygon. I'm sorry to the community that was probably excited by this. Maybe there's some truth to it. I don't know. But I do hope you enjoyed this video nonetheless. We'll talk to you again real soon.